Hello and welcome to the channel. Here we talk about my experiences during lockup for educational use. I do not condone or glorify the behaviors in my stories. I spent 2 years in lockup at CFCF, and now that I'm out, I want to tell y'all about it. In this episode, we're going to talk about the different types of crash outs, alright? And by crash outs, I mean the type of people who are going to fight all the time, the type of people who are really fighting in jail, alright? Those are the type of people I'm labeling as crash outs right now, alright? Now, the obvious first type of crash out that I'm gonna mention, right? I'm gonna label them the type that's never going home, okay? And by that title of that type, you can kind of infer, right, that they just don't care. They don't care about you. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care about your property. They don't care about your pain. They don't care about anything. You know what I'm saying? The never going home type people are the type of people who will stab you 1 billion times in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because usually the never going home type, committed a crime that they will never see, their families ever again. So they kind of just don't care. You get what I'm saying? The next type of crash outs that I'm going to talk to y'all about are the tweakers, okay? Now, the tweakers are weird, to say the least, all right? Usually, if you see somebody tweaking out, if you leave them alone, they will leave you alone. However, on the off chance that one of them comes up to you and starts saying some weird out-of-pocket stuff, be wary of what you say to that tweaker, because literally any wrong word, any phrasing could set them off to go on a rage because they're a tweaker. You get what I'm saying? They were smoking meth or crack cocaine or whatever out on the streets. You get what I'm saying? And now they are locked up and they're withdrawing. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, be very, very wary of the tweakers, all right? One more dangerous type of crash out to watch out for in jail, right, are the quiet types, okay? The quiet types are literally the type of people who are the best fighters, okay? They don't cause a lot of drama, but they will literally end all drama. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the quiet types, as you can imagine, just like how it was in high school or whatever type school or whatever you've been, the quiet types you really need to watch out for, because they could be holding in the world and they just explode on you because you just be very wary of the quiet types, all right? Don't mess with the quiet type people. Usually, if you're a cool dude, the quiet type people will be cool with you. However, there are some quiet type people that I've met, for example, right, who classified as Z code, and pretty much Z code means that they can't have a cell. You get what I'm saying? They're crazy like that. You get what I'm saying? Just be very wary of quiet type people in general in life, and especially in jail as well. The next type of crash out that I'm going to talk to y'all about are when cellies fight. All right, now look, cellies fight a lot, and me, I got into 6 jail fights, mind you, and 5 of them were cellies. Okay, now look, 2 cellies could fight because they don't vibe together. You feel me? 2 cellies could fight because one of them's a thief. 2 cellies could fight because one of them is a super drug addict. You get what I'm saying? Two cellies can fight because one person is really dirty, right? And two cellies could fight because they're ops. You get what I'm saying? For example, in the hole, right? Whereas you're pretty much not coming out for recreation period, right? If two ops were on the same block, right? One op would get the CO to move the other op into the cell with them. You feel me? So literally they could fight all day, all night. You feel me? Or they could stab each other all day, all night. You get what I'm saying? So yeah. Now going into the next topic of crash outs, or I should say the next type of crash outs, are the type of people who literally just want to get moved. They either want to get moved off the pod or they want to get moved from their cell. You get what I'm saying? Some people might want to check in the PC that way. You feel me? Some people may want to start something with the whole pod just so they can literally get off the pod. You get what I'm saying? And honestly, the people who just want to get moved, right? And the cellies, they kind of go hand in hand, because you can literally move to a block with your ops. You can literally move to a block where 7 people just killed your entire, like, you know, set or whatever, and you're just not trying to be around them. You get what I'm saying? Hey, that's up to them. But all right, that's the next type of crash out. The next type of crash outs that I'm going to talk to y'all about are referred to as wreck chasers. Okay, now a wreck chaser, they're literally out looking for fights. They don't care. They just looking for fight. Any type of disrespect, any tone with them, any type of attitude, or pretty much if they don't get their way, they're crashing out, they're fighting. All right, and usually these types of crash outs are YNs who are backed up by other YNs, or you know, the type of crash out that's never going home again. All right, that's just the vast majority. You should seriously be wary of these types of people. All right, mind you, if you have to get in a fight, you have to get in a fight regardless. You feel me? But just keep your head on a swivel and be very wary. The next type of crash out that I'm going to talk to y'all about are the type of crash outs that only jump other people. And literally, this backs up the wreck chasers. You feel me? Usually, a wreck chaser would have maybe like 2 other little hyenas running around behind him. You feel what I'm saying? To come up and punch on the next guy. You know what I'm saying? Just be very wary of the type of people that only jump other people, because it's not gonna be a fair one-on-one. You get what I'm saying? Now, in jail, right, you should always go into a fight thinking that I could potentially get jumped. You feel what I'm saying? Now, I say that to say this. You feel what I'm saying? You don't know what that other person has been saying to X, Y, and Z other person or other people. You get what I'm saying? I'm just saying, keep your head on a swivel. You could be fighting one person and then another person comes up behind you and tries to suplex you. You get what I'm saying? So just be very, very, very careful if you have to get in a fight in jail. All right. Last but not least, the final type of crash out that I'm going to talk about in this video are the justifiable crash outs. All right, now these are few and far in between. All right, but if they do happen, I myself, I am a justifiable crash out type of person, meaning I'm not going to attack you if I don't have to, for real. But you best believe if it does happen, the chances of you getting very hurt are very high. You get what I'm saying? I have a very good record if you ask me. See what I'm saying? Now, other types of justifiable crash outs that I have seen was my friend, right? But for the sake of the video, we're just gonna call him Chucky, right? Now Chucky, right, he had a pretty crazy case, but Chucky is a young white guy. I actually made a video about Chucky. He was my 4th jail fight friend, pretty much. But Chucky, right? He's a young white kid, pretty much, young 18 years old, and I guess given his demeanor, you know what I'm saying, people usually come at him a certain type of way, so he's just a certain type of way, if you get what I'm saying. Now, out on the streets, he knew this other white guy, right? And apparently they used to fight all the time growing up. You get what I'm saying? Now, apparently his other friend, or I guess I should say acquaintance, because I guess they weren't friends, his other acquaintance was, long story short, making fun of Chucky's dead best friend. All right, now he was doing that out on the streets, all on Instagram or whatever, right? And Chucky and this guy haven't seen each other in some years, right? So as luck would have it, or unluck would have it, the other white guy makes it on the pod with Chucky. All right, and they see each other. They have a little discussion throughout through the front door, through their front cell door at the time, right? Because when they first saw each other, I think it was Chucky who was locked in. Now, long story short, they make plans to essentially squash their beef once they are out on the same wreck. However, the only problem was that the new white guy was up on top tier and Chucky was down on bottom tier, right? How they solved that, right? I think it was the other white guy that requested to move down to the bottom tier real quick during bottom tier wreck, and then they squashed that beef. All right, not gonna lie to you, my man's Chucky took an L, right? But at least he stood and he fought for what he thought was right. All respect to him, right? Now, another respectful op catch, right? So another justifiable crash out, right? These two YNs, right, that knew each other from out on the streets. Mind you, they used to gang war out on the streets, right? This one dude, this one YN that I was playing spades with, you know, spotted his op and told me, hey, I think that's my op from out there. I'm like, wow, okay, well, at the time I didn't really have anything to say, you feel me? He says to somebody else, and that other guy pretty much says, well, go holler at him, right? They go holler at each other, right? And after a little bit, they decide to go inside the cell and squash their beef, right? They had pretty much, long story short, fight until the new op pretty much concedes defeat, and then they both leave the cell, right? Now, I respect both of these gentlemen, but that is a good example of a justifiable crash out. If you guys like this video, please give me a like and subscribe, and have a great rest of your day.